So these are going to be some fighting words, but we're going to talk about some of the places we like to eat, the places we like to dine, places we like to chill, etc., etc. So joining me today is Paul Chung. What's up, Paul? And we also
What's up?
have Alex Papayanyu.
Not bad.
Close,
Not bad. Better than last time.
aka Big Papa. But we are predominantly working in the Queens, Long Island area. Me personally, I'm in Brooklyn. It's almost like when people get into like, oh, where's the best pizza? That will spark like generational bloodbath debates.
That could end
It could
friendships.
end families, dude.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know,
Yeah,
I've heard people.
absolutely.
I mean, like blood relatives sit there like almost fighting.
Might end some friendships
Oh,
today.
absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Well,
I know Paul's opinion, so we're good. But you, Alex, I don't know.
We're gonna find out about
You
each
might
other.
say some.
if you want to see some fighting words here, I'm gonna say Brooklyn's got the pizza locked down. Just saying.
Lockdown.
Well, speaking of New York specials, let's get into what New York is known for, right? So, in your opinion, where you like to go, if you want to just grab a slice.
I mean, obviously, if I just want to grab a slice, I'm local. You know what I'm saying, right? And we're talking New York. I'm going to Amore.
That's a
If I
fact.
just want to grab a slice, I'm going to Amore.
In Whitestone.
Right?
Whitestone, Flushing, you know what I mean? Even though there are closer pizzerias. I was just debating with Tim yesterday because he went somewhere right around the office and he was like, oh, it was local. I said, dude, come on. Amore's
It's
local.
local enough.
Amore's, it's a mile
I,
away.
I was gonna say that. I agree. I think anywhere outside of 15 minutes to get a good
Yeah,
slice of
yeah,
pizza is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
and
Like, Paul, you have like 2, 3 places right by you.
I do.
You know what I mean? But local is still, you're probably still going to Amore. And that's local.
If I just need an itch, like I'm hungover, I'm gonna go down the block. But if I want a satisfying slice, I'm gonna drive 15 minutes
Yes.
to Amore and just have them reheat it to get the extra crust on the bottom and that savory crunch. That's what makes a great slice is you need the crunch of the crust, you need a little bit of sauce, not too much,
Chris,
and just the right amount of cheese.
so you're gonna go to more. Are you going plain slice or are you getting something else?
it could be a 50-50. I'm usually getting pepperoni.
Okay.
But I could easily, it depends on what mood I'm in. I might get, 2 pepperoni, 1 plain, 2 plain, 1 pepperoni. You know what I mean? If I'm sitting down and getting some, because if we're talking other spots, if we're talking not just pizza, I'm going to Amore. I'm going to sit down and get some baked clams, which are incredible at Amore. And then, a little slice or two while I wait. I might get some chicken parm, some shrimp parm, maybe a slice or two while I wait. Always got to have a slice or two while you wait. They're like potato
You're
chips.
talking to me, brother.
There you
At
go.
Amore. But you're not a Flushing dweller or a Whitestone dweller, Al. So where are you going in BK? Like, where's your neighbor? Where's the neighborhood local
All right.
spot?
So it's funny.
And now we're just talking local. We're on a
Right,
local
right, right. I
kick
mean,
right now.
if it's like pizza, typically I'm going in Brooklyn, obviously. But you got Mancini's. You want to get the margarita slice, the grandma, the chicken wings there are stupendous. But for me, it's because when I bite into a wing, I want meat. Like I want meat. I don't want none of that dry, like just barely skin and bone chicken wing that's been like over fried and dry. Over there, it's juicy. It's got some meat on that bone, and it's got some real seasoning. And when it's delivered, I still get it like crispy. So which is for me, I'm like that's a win.
All right, so now I'm just going to go into a whole other. You say drums or flats?
Drums. I mean, I don't care either which way. I got okay with both. I eat them both efficiently because I'm a fat eating boy. But
Bastard.
yeah, but yeah, I mean, my wife prefers the
It's
wings.
just.
I prefer drums because I could just zip and I'm done.
I'm going flats all day. I don't mind the drum. I used to be drums all day. Like I used to go to Hooters back in the day and say all drums. Now I've just changed. I've changed political parties and I'm with the
How
flat
dare
party.
you?
But I will do drums. But now I'm all, you know what I'm
You know
saying?
what I didn't like about the flats? It was just like in my younger years, it was too much work. Like I have to try to because I'm raised immigrant, right? So you are not leaving flesh on the bone. That's just not how we roll, right? So
I'm not leaving flesh
Right.
on the bone either
So for
way.
me,
You
I'm
know
like
what I
trying
mean?
to pick out the meat in between the. I'm like, "Ugh, this is too much.
Mm.
So
Yeah, you didn't know you were young. You know, now that you're older, you know you crack the little corner, comes
yep,
right apart. You know
yep.
what I'm saying? There's actually a hack I saw on Instagram where like you take it and you apply pressure to it. You put it, you push it down, and all of a sudden all the meat separates, and you just.
Slurp it off like a lollipop.
It's pretty sick. I tried to do it, but that's a lot of work though,
I have a
especially if
question.
there's sauce on them.
Are you guys eating
Yeah,
the cartilage
Yes.
on the wings? I
I
think
mean
that's a
everything.
Hmm.
must.
Yeah, absolutely.
It just adds
You know
that
what I mean?
extra texture.
Absolutely. And, for me, it hurts my heart a little bit when, well, it burns me, if I'm being honest, where, they eat it, you just see like the knuckles have all that meat and all that stuff left. I'm like, what are you doing, man?
Oh,
Like, yo,
like, what are you
I'm
doing,
like,
bro?
I don't know if I want to keep eating with you.
If we're on a date, if I was single and on a date, I'm leaving right there.
I mean,
Paying the bill
that
and
has
leaving.
other implications. So I get you. I feel you, Alex. I see what you're saying. You're playing
You know,
3D chess.
like you can't finish the job.
Playing
you know?
4D
You can't
chess out
finish the
here.
job, though. You know what I mean? Yeah,
You-
that's insight. That's insight to a lot of things.
right, right.
You know,
You want to like finish the wing in one go. I got you.
you know what I mean? Come on, bro.
You're a clever
Let's
boy.
see what it's about. You need 9 bites to finish a flat? No. And you're not finishing?
Okay.
You know what I mean? How you gonna handle the drum? You know what I mean?
All right. So over here we got Mancinis. We also have Nonos. Their grandma slices are absolutely amazing. If you want, on the other end, is if it's like a Sicilian, I still want the crispy bottom, but I want a nice chew on the dough.
I want a nice chew. I want a doughy
Right.
Sicilian.
But I don't like raw, right? So this is where it gets interesting. I like L&B for that reason
No.
because for me, where I judge my pizza on, obviously the crust, right? But then my next thought process goes into the sauce and the cheese. I've become more picky with the cheese, right? A lot of places the sauce is either it just tastes way too acidic, almost like you just dumped it in a can, that was it, that's all you did, or it's too sweet where I'm like, did you just add like a bag of sugar in this thing? Like I don't understand, right? I thought we're feeding humans, not you know crazy sugar infested children. But I digress.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, too sweet is whack. The sauce has got to have a nice garlicky bite to it.
I feel you.
By the way, Paul's a little upset right now because Paul. Let me tell you something about my man Paul. He's very particular when we're talking pizza. We're talking triangle slices, and now you're bringing in
Exactly.
squares and Sicilians. He gets a little upset.
See, I feel like
my man
that's-
is fuming inside right now.
When you're talking
You know,
about
like
a New York slice, it needs to be a triangle slice. It's the squares, the upside down, the grandmas. They're their own subsection of pizza, which is fine. But when you talk about New York slice, I feel
he's
like
a
it should
tyrant.
be.
He's like a pizza tyrant.
Yeah, I'm a pizza snob in that sense, and I think also when you judge a pizzeria, it should be off the plain slice.
yes.
Because all the toppings is just you're taking away you're masking the craftsmanship.
Well, no, no.
of the
Well,
shop, so.
I agree with you to a certain extent, right? So let me. Usually, if I don't know a spot, I will judge you on your plain slice, period, right? Because that's just bare minimum base, right? Now, when I start to nerd out on pizza,
Yeah, if you don't know a spot and you're judging
right?
it.
But then once I get that cleared away, then I want to see how do you manage toppings, right? Because it may seem like nonsense, but the other side of it is when you build a slice, you put certain toppings on, the way you need to balance that cooking time and like the proportions is different. If you put too much random nonsense in, the crust gets soggy or in between doesn't cook well and it's unbalanced, right? So it might be nitpicky, but for me, it's like, for instance, if I go to a spot and they're like, "Oh, I have buffalo chicken pizza," for me, it gets me nervous because if you don't build that correctly, by the time I get my slice and eat it, this it's just a sopping mess of just, great. There's more flavor, but the texture's garbage. You know what I'm saying? Like this is where I get a little nitpicky, right? But obviously, yes, if you want to judge a pizza place, judge it first and foremost by the plain size, hands down, right? I would argue also the chicken parm. So for
Wow.
me, it's
That's your second one is plain slice, and then chicken parm is
right.
next.
So because like pizza places, the way we grew up is you have your pizza slice, you have your garlic knots, and then it was a cross between your meatball hero or your chicken
Yeah,
parm.
yeah, yeah. Any good self-respecting pizza spot makes chicken parm.
Right. So if your
Obviously.
chicken parm is nonsense,
So
then it's like,
I mean,
what are you doing? What are we doing here? Right? Then if the chicken parm is nonsense, then it's like, okay, I now have to clarify pizza, like plain pizza only.
I just go there for the
Right.
pizza. I just
And I don't
go
want
there
to go
for the
there.
pizza. Like Amore, I go there for pizza and their
Right.
food.
And it's like, yo, wait,
But if going for a
yeah, if you're going
slice,
for a slice, and that's why I like you cats know how to eat in Queens. Me, I like you want to talk Flushing for me. It's like where do you go to drink? I'll drink at Churang or Q Bar, right? But if you're going to like karaoke, then where do you want to go? You go Happy Flower, you go to Christmas, right? Like for me, like my food spot references in Flushing are mostly Asian spots, but that's because in Brooklyn I have everything else. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
yo, don't disrespect.
Well,
Don't
I mean
disrespect Amore
that was a
like that.
subtle shot at
I,
Queens.
no,
I gotta say.
no,
Yeah, that was a
no,
little shot. Don't disrespect Amore like that, bro. Like Amore's in Flushing, dog. We talking Flushing. That's Amore. All right, we're not doing Korean barbecue time right now. You want to do that? We'll do that. But that was a little shot.
It's
All
it's
right,
not it's not
Brooklyn
a
boy.
shot because when
Okay.
I did live in Flushing, right? As much as I want to be like I'm a Brooklyn boy and all this nonsense, you know, my boys would bring over slice. I'm like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with the slice. They'd be like, don't talk here, smack. I'm like, no, no, no. I mean, like, I don't. That's not a shot, right? It's just that my frame of reference is like cravings. Like you tend to crave the things that you can't get in your neighborhood, and around my neighborhood, I just can't really get like Korean food, for instance, right? Or if I want, now you get more Asian restaurants coming
Yeah.
in,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
like, if I want to say get soup dumplings, I'm not going to Brooklyn. I'm going to, I'm going to Queens, right? Things of that nature. So
Or you can just go right to the
I could,
Chinatown.
but I mean, if I eat stuff like that, I got cats in Queens that I want to chill and dine with. You know what I'm saying? That's the other side of it.
Yeah, yeah. Chinatown, you're going in, you're going out.
Right.
Yeah.
See, with Brooklyn, I don't know enough like mom and pop, very local shots. I know all the great places. Like obviously, if we're like if I'm going to Brooklyn, I want to go to Defara. I want to go to Lindustry. Have you had Lindustry? Lindustry is fire.
Excellent. Excellent.
L&B, but L&B, yeah, like L&B, like on Paul's tip, like if I'm doing 10 best pizza spots, are we talking triangulars or we're talking all? Because L&B in what might be in my top 10 overall because they have an amazing that square slice they make.
It's
But Defara, like triangle slice.
I'll say the Faro is like the tried and
Lindustry.
true. Like that's your bread and butter, right? The L&B is like treats. Like once in a blue, you pick up someone.
That's probably my
Yeah.
number one.
The question then
Yeah.
becomes, you want to go all the way to the Faras, right?
Yeah, I mean Defara for me is probably the best.
And then everything else is kind of like, well, if you can't get the Faras,
Yeah, it's in a it's in a trash part of Brooklyn, like accessible wise.
Can we have a conversation now? Like I gotta give it up to Defara.
I guess maybe
Excellent pizza. It tastes amazing. Waiting 2 hours for a slice, that has to be part of the evaluation
course.
too, right? Like that's inhumane. First of all, to be hungry, wait 2 hours, and then
no.
you end up ordering 3 pies for yourself.
and then you got to eat it on the hood of your
Yeah,
car
like-
because you might not get the table, the one table.
And this is where I get caught up, right? Because when people like, if people come visit, right, the question is, where are the best places? I'm like, do you want the best place or do you want the best experience for you right now, right? So if you're gonna like, some foodies will wait those hours, but for me, I'm like, look, you're in Queens. I'm not gonna tell you to come all the way to Brooklyn because growing up, I'm sure you all heard it too. If you live in another borough, you might as well live in another state. So if you're trying to date someone in another borough, it's done. You're done, right? So for me, food, I'm at an age now in a place in my life. I'm not driving an hour out. I'm not waiting hours for food, right? Especially in New York, where you have amazing food everywhere. So for me, it's like, where's the best place to eat?
That's
Right.
a hot take. That's a hot
that's
take.
the
though.
question. Yeah.
So it's like the common thing then becomes, where's the best place to eat? Where are you right now? And I'll give you a spot for you there, right? Don't go out of your mind going somewhere, hours out of your way. Don't do that. Don't do that. We got more than enough good food places, and this is why I like picking your brains.
Because there's a diminishing return.
I mean, there's a lot of layers to
Exactly.
that. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
There's a diminishing return. Like even though Defara is a top 3 slice, waiting on 2 hours to get that slice, it hurts the ranking for me. Like I'm not going to Defara on a Wednesday or like a random day because I'm craving a pizza. It's just not gonna happen because
It's a destination.
the wait it kills it. Yeah, it's for like a special occasion. I feel.
Fair enough.
No, see, I have issues with that. Like, okay, so I get what you're saying. Like, if like, hey, I want a slice, I want a great slice. You can't go to Defara probably most of the time. Just go in, get 2 slices, boom, walk out, right? But the fact that you have to wait 2 hours because they're amazing, because you're waiting 2 hours because they're so good that so many people are going, you can't. I can't I can't evaluate them less. I'm not evaluating places on my how you know. Anyone that knows me knows I get pissed off very easily. You know what I mean? So like I'm definitely one of the people like if I have to wait, you know what I'm saying? Like shit, I'm mad just driving in traffic. You know what I mean? But like I'm not evaluating them on their wait time. If it's the greatest slice of pizza ever, like you eat it and you're basically, you know, having an orgasm, like I can't take away from that based on the fact that I have to wait 2 hours. You're right. I might not go there very often because I'm going to have to wait. But putting that in your evaluation, like, I don't know, that's a little rough. But if me if I'm in Queens or Whitestone, I'm like, listen, I'm fiending for some Defaras right now. I know that I'm going there and I'm going to wait, and I'm expecting to wait, and I accept the wait.
Right. I think there's a split, right?
But I'm not doing it every week,
Right.
obviously.
And I think that's where the split is, right? I think we are kind of on the same level here, where I'll rank the food different as opposed to is it worth the trip. So for me, like if I'm basically strictly food, I can't put wait time.
And you have to say it is worth
Right.
the trip.
And so like that's where the balance becomes. Like sometimes there are some places where the food is amazing, but is this something that where I have to make it a day? No, this is an intentional like
Yeah. And I get what Paul's saying. Like, you know, if something is a 9, but you have to wait 2 hours, as opposed to something that's an 8, but you can get it in 15 minutes, maybe overall you might take the second option because it's like convenience plus quality. It's right there, but you're not spending an hour and a half waiting. I get it, but you know, now we're getting into like semantics and objectiveness of how much better one thing is than the other.
That's why we're here.
I love Amore, and it's amazing, but if you said to me, yo, you want Defaras or you want Amore, I'll be like, wow, I can have Amore any day of the week, and I've had it 50 times in the last 8 months, 6 months, whatever, but I've only had Defaras twice. So you know what? Maybe I am. See, with the whole Alex, you were like, you don't drive? Like, dude, I drive to Philly to eat cheesesteaks.
I've done that too.
I eat cheesesteaks, and then I leave.
I've done that.
You know what I mean?
I mean, dude, I was
So
that kid.
That's the psycho you're dealing with here.
Dude, I was the moron that used to, you know.
Yeah, but you say you don't do
not
that.
not anymore, dude. I got 2 babies.
I mean, okay,
Right?
fine.
Like-
But I get cheesesteaks for the babies too.
I mean, in my young years, I would be the guy to, you know, even when I was in Philly. I mean, like, you know, you want to go drive to Central Jersey, you want to go hit up Katz's Deli, or do you want like, I mean, not Katz's, Harold's. Right,
yeah.
we go to Harold's. We go to drive all the way back up to the grease trucks and Ruckas. You know, like I didn't care. Or if it was a wait time, we waited,
The
right?
grease trucks.
But now I'm at a point where I'm just, you know, I don't have to, I just don't have it in me to do it anymore, right? Like, and that's it. A small part of me cries
yeah,
a little
I get
bit.
it. I used to drive to Wohop at 2 in the morning. You know?
Wohop.
I'm not driving to Wohop at 2 in
That-
the morning now either.
So
Wohop, yeah. What's up, dogs?
he
What's
knows.
up? What's up? What do we do in Wohop? Even though COVID kind of ruined Wohop, and it sucks. Because I went there at like 11:30 after a movie like a month ago, and they were closed, and I wanted to burn Chinatown down. I was like, "What is happening? Why is Wohop closed at 11:30 p.m.?" I walked in there at 3 a.m., smashed off my face. Like, yo, let me get a honey crispy beef, some chicken wings, and a string bean with garlic sauce right now, bro, right now. You know what I mean? So, but we could do Wohop.
Oh.
We can do Wohop whenever you guys want to do.
for
Wohop.
those of you,
We'll do Wohop.
down, man.
You know what I'm saying?
if you don't know what Wohop is, you guys have been missing out.
No. For those of no. This
Institution.
is what we're not going to do.
Institution.
For those of you who don't know Wohop, you shouldn't be in this listening to this podcast. You need introductory 101 NYC food, and then you have to elevate to the 103 podcast. This is the 103 podcast. You don't know Wohop, then you don't even qualify as a New Yorker, honestly.
How dare
So,
you?
You know what I mean? You guys want to get snobby? Let's get snobby. You know what I mean? Let's get snobby.
You know, typically when
Yeah.
I go away and I come back to New York, there are 2 things that I find, right, or I look for: pizza, and the second one's a bagel. This is bi-coastal, right? And for me personally, I just come to accept the fact that people like bagels differently, right? So for me, it's 2 classifications. The way I grew up was the standard, what I would call the standard New York bagel, where you have a nice chew to the crust, and you have like a harder chew on the outside, almost like a crisp, depending, right? And then the inside is nice and chewy. What is now more commonly known as, well, what I consider the Cali side is more of like a, like almost like challah bread, where it's like just soft bagel all around. And for me, that just,
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
don't,
yeah,
that me,
yeah.
that's a no go. That's a no go. I'm sorry, right? So
Yo, listen,
when you in the mornings,
listen, listen. We're not gonna talk about Cali bagels.
that's what I'm saying. But like
We're not gonna talk
you
about
see
Cali.
more of those bagel styles popping up in New York as well. So
Really?
yeah, it's. I mean, I'm like, and I'm not mad at it. There's like spectrums, right? And so it's tricky for me to say what's good and bad depending on who's asking, right? But for me, my bagel spot is gonna be Bagel Boy right down the
I
block.
mean, I'll probably eat that and love it because bread is awesome, right?
Yeah, but there's a certain level of satisfaction of like, was this worth those calories right now? Like I could have just gotten a better bagel. You know what I'm saying? Like so when let's say,
I see. I don't ever have that issue.
I mean, it's some space, right? Like if you wake up, say Saturday morning, you're hungover, right, and you're trying to get that BEC SPK, right? Where are you going to pick up that bagel?
It should be your neighborhood spot.
I mean, I don't live in Queens now, so but I'm going to Utopia Bagel.
I gotta say, I just started doing this myself. Like I just learned that they do like you can order online and just skip the line and just pick up from the front. Game changer. Like the line was always it would kill the deal for me.
You guys are very anti-line. You know what I mean? You never
am.
heard good things come to those who wait. You know
No,
what I'm saying?
well, like years ago, I would walk down the street and I see
No,
a
they're
line
still
that makes
alive.
no.
I was
I
there
have
a
no
week
idea
ago.
what they're for. I'll get on the line. Like I used to love lines. Like it could be it could be a line to get smacked. I would get on that line. I don't know, but
I love lines.
yeah,
What
like
do you mean, bro?
it just makes sense. Like yo, all these people are waiting for a reason. Let me get in while I can, right? But now that I'm a little bit older, it's just
I
like
ain't got time for it.
I gotta divvy up my time.
So these people are waiting for something. Fuck it, let me just get on.
I'm
Yeah,
dead
no,
serious.
FOMO
I
is
do
real,
that
man.
for sure.
Be get a test vaccine.
And then once you get online, you start. Then you ask like, "What's this
No,
for?"
I feel you.
Right? Like,
Yo, what's this for?
What's
What's
this
this for? Yeah.
Especially when you're younger, I feel like that's a common thing, right? Like if there's a line for something, it must be popular for a reason. I'm like, what am I missing out on? That's where FOMO really kicks in. So for me, we used to check out, Ansel's or whatever, and they're like, oh, the line is 3 hours long. I'm like, it must be that good. Yo, how do we get on this thing? When's the next batch come?
Yeah, but have you had a Corona? Have you had a Corona from Dominic Ansel? Yeah, so like, it might be worth it. It might be worth it.
And now I'm at a point where I'm like, you know what? Let's just wait.
But back to bagels, the only other good place where I've had bagels that for me are on par with New York is Montreal. Montreal has fantastic bagels, amazing bagels.
As in Montreal, Canada?
wow.
But I'm still not putting up a New York bagel.
It's
Yeah, Montreal has big time.
this is where
big time bagels.
if you need blood pressure medication, I suggest you take it now. But I'm hearing rumors that Jersey is starting to get better bagels than New York. Those are fighting words.
I don't know about Jersey has some good bagel spots,
It does, but
You know what I
I'm
mean?
like better than.
but you guys never answered where you're going. Look, let's keep it real. The bagel is originally it's a Jewish delicacy. Like not a delicacy, but it's a Jewish creation. Yeah, creation. Thank you. And what city has more Jewish people than New York City? So for me, the classic New York bagels are the Jewish bagel spots, the Jewish delis, just like the pastrami spots. And you're not really finding that in most other cities. Not to say that you have to be Jewish to perfect the bagel, because I'm sure there are plenty of non-Jewish owned eateries that are making good bagels, but I feel like that's, sort of like with Italians. Italians, New York, kind of synonymous. Jersey, Italians, that's why you do find good bagel spots and good pizza spots in Jersey too. A lot of Jewish people, a lot of Italians. So this goes back, decades, generations, right? They put them on a private jet. Yo, I want my Utopia bagels here in, 2 hours. Russell and Daughters, 6 pounds of lox, 48 bagels. I want them here at 9 a.m. You know what I'm saying? You can do that.
I won't front. I've never tried Russell.
Let's not use. Oh my god.
Never.
Now I'm going there
It's a
for
trip.
their lox, more than their bagels, but their bagels are amazing. But their lox, like if you're a lox guy,
And that's something that you put me
yes,
on, is that there's different levels of locks. Because I've never
sure, yeah,
I
yeah.
never I think I probably had good locks before, but it didn't hit me that, oh, that's what made it good, is that there's levels. I just thought I
Yeah,
gotta.
you'll get good lox at like a bagel, like at Utopia. You'll get like the standard Acme. It's packaged, but it comes in like it's the huge salmon. But then there are different. You have like the Nova Scotia, the Gaspar Nova lox, belly lox. You know what I mean? Which is much fattier, oilier, like melts in your mouth. Definitely like different types of lox. It's just like different types of caviars and. Fucking, I'm a lox fiend, bro. Like, I'll eat lox any type of the day. And it's good and
So
healthy.
are you,
See, the
If you're
thing
not
is
eating
that,
a
like,
bagel.
when you were talking about which places you're going to, I'm just going to the neighborhood, bagel club is right here. But I've
Which is
always.
good because in New York, it's most places are going to be good in the boroughs. Like even like your
Yeah, it's a
average
it's a solid bagel place,
neighborhood.
but the,
and they have nice
Yeah,
breads that they
yeah, but
have.
the difference is it's not only so the bagel is exceptionally important, right? But then for me, the other side of that judgment is like depending on what you put on that bagel, how do they make it, right? So back in early days when we were growing up, you had like the
yeah, yeah,
nonsense like Philadelphia cream cheese that they had in the shelf, but now you're finding more places they make their own cream cheese, they make their own like lock spread. They, you know what I'm saying?
yeah. Jalapeno cream
Right.
cheese.
So now this is where it gets complex. I don't know why I put that emphasis that way, but like how do you like your bagels, right? And that will determine where you like to go to get the said bagels, right? So for me, like down the block, I have H&L bagels, but it's cash only. My go-to spot is Bagel Boy. Why? Because they make all their cream cheeses from scratch, right? But if I want an everything bagel, bacon, egg, and cheese, salt, pepper, ketchup, and hot sauce, right? They got me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so this is where I like to go. And then Queens,
Okay,
Utopia,
but
they got it locked down as well.
here's my question then. Here's my question. Are you going to a place that has a slightly lower bagel but better cream cheese? Like, yeah, I'm happy with the cream cheese, but I'm not going to Utopia Bagel because Bagel Club has better tofu cream cheese. I'm still going to XYZ
Me personally,
Bagel
I'll still go with the better bagel.
for the better bagel.
I would.
The bagel is the crux
But
of this.
if it's a
course.
situation where, for instance, it's not uncommon for me to say get like 2 dozen bagels and get multiple pounds of different cream cheese and whatnot, and like I'll give it to like nurses and stuff like that.
True.
So if that's the case, sometimes like it depends, right? Like if I know they don't really care about nitpicking bagels, they just needs to be decent bagels, but they want to spread. That's a determination, right? Sometimes I just want to be interesting to myself, right? Maybe I'll get the rainbow batter cream cheese, right? Because my wife is feeling a little sugar.
Are you wilding out?
I'm saying,
dog?
but maybe
That's the Instagram bagel.
what I'm saying, like, or sometimes I just want like the strawberry cream cheese.
Yeah, Doug.
You know?
It's very anti-New York.
How dare you.
Right now. Very
How dare you.
anti-New York shit.
But they have this bacon cheddar
You know?
cream cheese.
By the way, Bagel Club is my number 2, Paulie.
I appreciate
Bagel
that.
Club is my number 2.
See,
The one. Well, why? Do you own it? You own it, Doug?
Well, it just validates my opinion of it. That's all. So I
Okay.
appreciate that you have
The one
good
on
taste
Clearview.
buds.
The one on Clearview.
Yeah, of course. The other one's
Yeah,
too
not the
far
other one,
that
'cause it's another
I've
one.
never been there.
That's Bay Terrace.
Yeah.
We don't. I don't fuck with Bay Terrace.
we don't go there. So now we got the two big ones squared away. I would hope, right? Actually, I am curious though. Alex, you mentioned you like lox, but is that what you got on your bagels?
I mean, if I'm not getting lox and cream cheese and tomato on a bagel, I'm just doing a cream cheese toasted bagel, toasted onion bagel with cream cheese. Lately, I've been out. Utopia has this cheddar jalapeno bagel that I get with jalapeno
What's
cream
up?
cheese and
What's
bacon.
up?
And
Bro, that's fire.
That's
That sounds great.
fire. Even though I've been big on the bagel with cream cheese and bacon kick now, you know what I mean?
I haven't tried that
Dude, it's-
Like, I've been
bacon.
doing that for a
It's
long
crazy
time.
good.
And dude, at the bagel spot.
It's crazy
No?
good.
Just bacon and cream cheese, though. Yeah, bacon and cream cheese on the bagel.
I stick to the everything bagel, toasted, lightly toasted, if it's not fresh, a lock spread, or a garlic and herb.
Oh, I mix it up always, man. I'm always mixing it up.
Yeah. It depends.
I mean, if you're doing a lock spread, dog, just get the locks. You know what I'm saying? What are you doing with the lock spread? The lock spread's cool. If you don't have, you know what I'm saying, you go to the office, you don't have time to be eating a lox bagel in your car. Lock spread's efficient. But what are you doing? What are you doing, bro? You live 3 blocks from Bagel Club. Get the locks, bro. What are you doing? What are you doing?
All right, let me. I gotta tell you know. I understand your.
What are you doing, bro? I know you didn't know much about the locks, but what are you doing?
I understand. You know.
You getting
I understand how you
lox
feel.
flavored? You getting lox flavored cream cheese, dog? Come on, bro. Come on.
All right,
Dog.
now you got to put me on blast.
Come on,
I
bro.
got to tell you
Okay.
that you're picking on somebody that has an issue eating certain foods.
Wait
So
up,
now
wait
now
up.
you're a bad guy. Like
I threw. Wait, I
you're a
threw
bad
my
guy. Let me tell
headphones
you.
down
Let
in
me tell you
disgust.
why.
You didn't
Right.
see that?
The reason
You
why
All right,
I don't get
go ahead.
lox is because I have a hard time eating sandwiches, and because I can't bite through, and I can't cut my. You know, when you bite a sandwich, you go all the way through and you cut it, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't have that
yeah.
ability. I wasn't born. You know, my teeth is.
You don't. You don't have canines. You don't have canines.
You're biting it like
You
like you're
evolution
opening
has
up a
lost your
popsicle.
canine.
Like no, I can't do it. Like
Short teeth.
What kind of bagel you
yeah,
eating, dog? Your
my
teeth
teeth
are
don't do it.
sufficient enough.
I
Your teeth are sufficient enough
I
to
don't
go
have
through a bagel.
I don't have the ability
What kind of bagel you
to
eating?
cut a sandwich
So what does that have to do with the lox spread?
because
Oh, you can't cut through
it
the
always
fish?
like slips.
He's saying
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
softer. Yeah, yeah. No. But wait a minute.
I
I'm
take
with
one
Alex
bite and I take
because
out all the
the
locks.
lot.
Like I take one bite of the bagel and I get all the locks, and
So
then
wait
now
a minute. I
I
mean,
have the rest of the bagel no locks. That's why I don't do it.
nah, bro. Nah, bro. Come on. I mean, the lox is the soft part. It's the bagel. If you're getting through the bagel, you should be getting through the lox. The lox is the hard part.
No, but
What kind of bagels you
I'm
eating,
ripping the
bro?
bagel like it's beef jerky. That's
Wow.
I haven't told
a
nobody
horrible
this.
bagel.
Like this, my wife doesn't even know this about me, and I'm telling you,
That's-
I'm telling the
That's
internet.
all, I mean, she knows
But
it about
You know-
She knows it. She must have. She's never seen. Yeah, you're telling
Yo,
her.
Papa, you know what's gonna happen?
Now I'm totally gonna.
Like I'm like the Flintstones when they eat like the dinosaur leg. Like,
I'll tell you what's gonna happen, Alex.
You're
know
gonna blow up
what's
his
gonna
spot?
happen? I'm the wrong one to tell this shit to. No, because I'm gonna roll up to his house with a lox bagel just to see him eat it. I want to see him eat it.
And he's gonna be like, I told you this in
And now
confidence,
every-
bro.
like
I told you this in
yeah,
confidence.
me and Alex, we went to go get sandwiches in Astoria, right? We're eating the sandwich, and every time I bite, I have to turn away from him.
But you ate it fine, though. You ate it fine.
It was messy, but
From what
like
I
I
remember.
I dropped a lot. Like it's
I mean, yeah, it's a
messy.
big sandwich. It's
Yeah,
a big
yeah,
sandwich.
but
Shout out to Sandwich King.
What's up,
you
what's
know what I'm
up?
saying?
Sandwich
My
King.
man Nick.
Go.
Sal, Chris, and Charlie's.
Yeah, you wanna
know what I'm
talk
saying?
sandwiches, bro? Oh no, bro. No.
Oh, here we go.
Anthony and Sons Panini Shop.
You got Anthony, you got Leone's, you got Charlie's right here. Yo, shout out to Charlie. But I
You
get
know what I mean? Robert's Deli right by the office. Robert's Deli, Robert's Meat Market. Fire. Dorso's, Tony's Deli, Tony's in Beechhurst. Like those 3 right there. Sal, Chris, and Charlie's. Rosario's in Astoria on 31st. Anthony and Sons.
Anthony and bro. Oh no.
Anthony and Sons in Brooklyn is no
There's
joke. And I've only had them
it's
twice.
you know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna invite you guys over, especially when the weather gets nicer, for like maybe some brisket or whatnot, and we're like, yo, but that sandwich shop though, it's like down the block. You want to go?
Yeah. If you invite me,
You need an
over,
appetizer
bro,
while
I
you're
wanna
waiting
hit
for the
up,
brisket.
we need like 8 spots.
Oh, bro, it's gonna be a problem.
We got to hit up like 8
And then
spots.
my wife's gonna be mad at me. I was like, you said you were losing weight. What the hell is all this? I'm like, yo, I mean, I can't let the boys down.
Yo, I'm tired of you skinny fucking guys talking about losing weight, bro. Honestly,
Dude, it's a
Stop.
struggle. I mean, I was
stop. We gotta lose 8 pounds.
nah. Well, like, I got health issues popping up now, and so it's getting to that point of you know. But look.
You know what this is right here? You know what this is?
The world's smallest violin. You ask what the best anything is. It's very A local, but B it's also like it's personal, right?
Definitely.
And it's weird because like I think well it's not weird, right? But it's like I find different areas you find certain things that you gravitate towards, right? You could get Italian here everywhere. That's dime a dozen, really. There's certain places that you're gonna go find for straight. You know, if you just want a prosciutto and like mozzarella. Oh, that's a little Sicilian. There's certain spots that would be better than others, right? Did they get some nonsense packaged prosciutto from wherever, or do they import this from a very?
Whoa. Paul knows how I feel about that.
Well, what happened?
Very strongly about that.
No, but you're right though. There are places I go to like for one thing they do better than everything, and I have to go there for that. You know what I'm saying? Like there's this place in Hoboken called Fiore's, and they make this homemade roast beef with this fresh mutts, which is like the best fresh mutts ever, and they put gravy on it, and it's like you can go on YouTube and see it or Instagram, and they're a great Italian deli, and probably anything you get there is going to be fire. But you go there, there's a line for the roast beef. Paul's out. He's going to Fiore's right now. He's like, I'm going.
Like anytime you have a sandwich that you dip in the au jus, the gravy, you got me.
Yeah.
Dude,
got
I gotta take you to Brendan and Cars.
Yeah.
Yo.
Hey,
Oh my God.
let's go.
So,
Yeah, I was just there 3 weeks ago. I was just there.
dude, you.
I'm just there. Double dip, bro. Double
Yeah.
dip.
I get the knife and fork job, so that it's just sitting in a bowl of jus. I'm like, oh, you're doing things to me. You're doing things to me.
So you've had Roland Roaster then, which is not
Yep.
far from.
I did
Brandon
I did the comparison. I mean, Rolling Roasters, it's okay,
Yeah.
right? It's pretty decent, but I gotta give it to Brendan Cars.
It's not as good as
Right,
Brandon Cars,
and
but
that's the difference, right? Rolling Rooster used to be, or maybe still is. It's a chain, it's a franchise, right? And so it's more fast foody, not bad, right? But there's a little extra like home cooked touch with Brendan Carr, right? There's a little more,
yeah, of course, yeah.
and you can walk in, and I guess this is where other people kind of get iffed, right? Like for me, that Brendan Carr, when you walk in, it's like that. Oh, that's a family owned, been for generation type feel. Some people want a more polished ambiance and whatever. I get that, but if that's gonna bother you, then I don't know. You're gonna be passing up on a lot of amazing food in New York.
Yeah, if you're going to eat a roast beef dipped in gravy, like, and you want ambiance, go to Gramercy Tavern or something. We're talking about
I mean,
roast beef dip sandwiches. You need 72 napkins, Doug. There's no ambiance to that. You got gravy dripping down your face.
That is the
No
ambiance. I feel like
That is the
I
ambiance,
want
yeah.
that. That tells me that the food is that much better. When it's just like this the food speaks for itself. You don't need decorations. You don't need these neon lights. Here's the food. Enjoy it and get the hell out.
there's no even enjoy. It's just here, get this, and I get out.
Yeah.
Pay your bill, get out.
That's it.
Like that's the place you go with your boys, right? You sit down and not a word is spoken when the food comes. It's just everyone's eating. Like we don't have
No.
to talk. Like we're here to handle our business. We talk before, after food came, as opposed to like you sit down to a Michelin restaurant. Oh, you're eating, you're conversing. Like so this wine is fish is fantastic. Now, Brendan Carr's dog, don't talk to me. Put your head down. Let's handle this shit. Right now,
And I feel like those are some of my best friends. Like you talk all our smack, and once the food shows up, it's just dead silence. Right? So people not in that circle, it's like, is everything okay?
Yeah.
You guys fighting or something? I'm like, we're eating.
Yeah.
Like, can you stop?
And we're not talking. You guys aren't talking. Yeah,
we'll talk when we're done.
What do you? I don't want to talk
When
to you.
we,
right
we
now.
pay our bill.
Silence is the ambiance.
Yeah,
That's
when
it.
we pay our bill, we sit out in the parking lot.
I got a bowl of au jus in front of me, dog. Trying to talk to you right now? I'm not
No,
trying to talk to
no,
you,
no,
dog.
no.
Paul's trying to look away and eat the sandwich, and you know what I mean?
I'm-
But that would be good for you, Paul, because it's really soft.
Like
It's really soft. You
I'm
can
just
get through that.
I'm just trying to figure out exactly. That's why I like the au jus.
I didn't know
can
my
rip
boy
it
Paul
easier.
was an 82-year-old man. I didn't know he was an 82-year-old
I mean, in my head, I'm
man.
thinking just press.
See now this is bullying.
You got compression.
I mean,
Did you not know this? Like it's back, side, squeeze.
Maybe it's me. Maybe it's my technique. Maybe I never figured out the technique, But like this is a real struggle in my life that I haven't told anybody. Like it's like telling people that you don't know how to read and then they start laughing at you.
So here, maybe you're not alone. Comment down below if you have singing problem as well.
I mean, I can read. I want to put that out there. I can read, but
oh shit.
maybe sandwiches.
So I gotta be careful now.
Yeah.
I gotta be careful. If I'm like, yo, let's go get something. I gotta like pick. Is your bread soft?
Yeah,
Hello?
you never noticed that.
bread
Like, I
soft?
never suggest,
You good?
like, let's get some sandwiches. Nah.
Oh my god.
Wait, we went to eat the bulgogi sandwiches at
Yeah.
Omami.
Mommy's good.
But I didn't recommend. I didn't
was
suggest
good.
it.
That was thin bread.
Yeah.
For those who
I
are,
need to call my therapist.
so in other words, you're gonna call Alex with a bottle of liquor. So that's what's happening. I told you this in confidence, man.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll be calling me now. He might not be calling me, but you can still talk to me about it, bro. You can still talk to me about it.
I
I'm that
appreciate
kind of
that.
guy. Like, I'm the kind of guy, you could tell me something in confidence. I may roast you, but I just want you to know you can always come back to me. Like, and talk to me about it. And I will detach myself from abusing you and laughing
For a
at
moment.
you. And I will take it seriously for a little while. But the next day I might come back and be like, yo, dog, here, I chewed this sandwich.
You want a bite?
Like that's what friends are for.
Yep, yep.
I dipped this sandwich in water for you, bro. I dipped this bun in water for you.
You're not
Here
my
you
mother.
go.
You're not my mama bird. I don't need that.
Choo choo. Open up. Ah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yo, Doug, seriously, bro. I don't want to hear that you can't cut through a bagel with your teeth, bro. I don't want to hear that. Come on. What? Me and Alex have fangs? I don't understand. Like your tooth density is not strong enough. Like
We're gonna leave
what?
this to the next podcast. We're gonna continue this about your dental
I mean, I
structure.
do have canines right
Yeah.
here, but when no, because when you're biting into a sandwich, you're not even using your canines. You're using your front teeth. So you can't eat it. How about an apple? Can you eat an apple? If you can eat a fucking apple, you can eat a sandwich, dog. You can eat a bagel.
Nah,
Can you eat an apple? Can you eat an apple?
We need to get a dentist on the line to back me up because this is ridiculous.
So what he means to say is most likely the length of his teeth are insufficient to bite down and clear incision point.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like the logic. Maybe.
No,
He's
it's
saying
the technical
his-
term is an open bite. You see, it's it's an open bite. You see.
Uh,
See, oh now you feel bad. Now there's guilt on your face. I see it.
do I? I don't know. And now I'm just gonna send you like dental circulars, like open bite,
Yeah.
call doctor, small bite. I don't because I think
Dr. Small
you're lying to us.
I'm sweating.
Like next time I see Alex, he's just gonna be throwing stuff at me. Like, yo, can you eat this? Can you eat this?
Like this.
We still didn't do best pizza like in New York. We didn't do favorite food spot like right now. Okay, last meal. What are you eating? It's your last meal, dog.
Oh, last meal.
You're not gonna die. You're going away for 6 months.
6 months.
I know. Last meal's tough. I can never do last meal. Last
It's
meal's
tough
tough.
because for me, I'm a sucker for good fried foods. I'm a sucker for a good burger, a good steak.
There's so
Yeah.
many things that could be my last meal.
I mean, for me, I would say a nice, slow cooked like beef short rib. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Yeah.
There's something about that. I mean, I'm growing up. That was not the cut that people look for, but Asian, you slow cook it. Once you braise that down,
Yeah. Oh,
dude,
yeah.
it's
Yeah. You have to braise the short rib anyway, but there's so many things like I mean, burger could be a last meal for me. Mexican food like tacos, like real Mexican tacos, al pastor, chorizo, like suadero, like not gentrified
lengua.
tacos.
lengua is my shit.
No, I'll do the lengua. Yeah, dame la lengua. Lengua's,
Damn. Oh,
fried chicken, an amazing steak, but
see, so
See, like I
Alright,
would
so
I would
we won't
choose
do last meal.
I would say I'll tell you my last meal. It would probably be a Luger's dry aged steak.
it's respectable.
But the thing is that at Luger's the quality is a hit or miss. Like the steak, the cook can be perfect all the time, but the dry age flavor isn't always there, which is a little disappointing. Sometimes it'll
And
hit you in the
one-
face,
one-
and that's
one
what I
cut
want.
might be a little less marbled. Yeah.
But I'm okay with that.
But like I love that like funk, that dry age flavor. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
I mean, not for nothing. You mentioned rubs.
You gotta do a snippet of that, Al. You gotta snip it out. I love that funk.
He likes that
Yeah,
funk in his mouth.
you gotta snip it out.
Yo,
Yeah, I like that
I'm
funk.
not gonna
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
gonna talk about it, but early on you were talking some crazy stuff.
I don't know what you're talking
I
about.
think
Me?
you said
Me?
no, Alex, Lee- he was saying some like dripping down his mouth. But I'm not gonna talk about it.
Yo,
I'm not gonna.
yo, I said juices dripping down my
Yeah, yeah,
chin,
yeah.
bro. What? I mean, what? Why
If
you
you're
guys
gonna talk
gotta
about
go
me,
there? I just said I
we
like
can
that
cut it up
funk.
for everybody.
No,
Everybody
but
can get it.
yeah, but I like that funk. Doesn't necessarily have to be anything bad. It could be like, yo, I like that funk. You know what I'm saying? It could be a lot of things.
Me
You know,
too.
you
Juice
like
is
that
juice
funk.
is
You know
great.
what I mean?
I love juice.
Juice is
Yeah,
amazing. I love
great.
I
There's
love juicy shit. You know, and I
exactly.
love it dripping down my chin, dog. You know what
You
I
love
mean?
what you love, and
So whatever.
I love that for you.
That's.
I love that
I'm
for
not
you.
here to judge.
Yeah, there's no
You know,
You
judgment.
realize I have to cut most of
I
this out.
mean, you know, why? It's the best part.
Yeah,
What are you
100%.
I mean,
Uh,
all right. So, I'll ask you this. Not best meal because last meal is tough. It's tough, but like, and this one's tough too. But your number one, like, just your favorite meal, like your number one overall. Of course, we love a lot of things. Like for me, I'll say right now, like there are a million things I love and could say, but I think like for me, the number one thing because it's so versatile and you can have a different one every day is the burger.
I didn't
The
expect
burger.
that.
Like the burger, like for me, like a cheeseburger, like you could have 1,000 cheeseburgers from 1,000 different places. You could have it different ways. You could have with bacon, the classic bacon, lettuce, tomato, mayo, ketchup. You can have it with, Russian dressing, pickles, onion, whatever. You could have a double. You could have a Peter Luger burger, a Five Guys burger, a burger from Emily. Like, as someone who's probably eaten like the top 20 NYC burgers, like they're all amazing, and I could like it's such an amazing actually food item. Like you have like high end restaurants that have a burger on their menu. You can go to Peter Luger and get a $40 burger. You can go to Old Homestead and get a $40 Kobe Wagyu burger that is gonna be incredible. You can go to Burger Club and get an $8 burger.
Minetta
It's gonna
Tavern.
be incredible. Like
oh, bur-
Black
you can go
Label
to Minetta
Burger.
Tavern, an amazing French bistro that has and get the Black Label burger, which is probably my number one burger.
Really?
You know, has
Amazing.
been for a long time.
Amazing.
It's probably my number one. But so, like the burger, have we ever really seen an item where you could go to a hole in the wall spot and get an amazing burger, or you can go to a Minetta Tavern or Old Homestead and
burgers.
the burger can be classy. It can be eaten with a knife and fork, even.
I gotta say, burger is definitely up there for me. A good burger, right? And I think that's where a lot of people. It's weird. 'Cause,
Of course, yeah.
thankfully it's getting. I feel like it's getting better, but folks who when people came to visit, they're like, "Oh, let's get a burger." And like, I could get a burger back home. I'm like, well, back home you have nonsense, frozen nonsense patties.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, what do you mean?
and then for me, I noticed I have to step back a little bit. Do you like the burger for the toppings, or do you like the burger for the quality of the meat? Right? It's important, right? Because if the quality of the meat
Yes,
is kind of whatever,
of
you
course,
cover it up
of
with the
course.
toppings. But if you're focused on the quality of the meat, I don't need the toppings. But the toppings make it so much
Yes,
better,
yes.
right? Depending on the situation.
Sure,
So
sure.
for me, like around us,
Like Luger's burger is just a slice of cheese and raw onion, and it's fantastic. Even you take off the onion, like you said. If it's fantastic meat, Old Homestead, it's just a burger and cheese. Even the Black Label burger at Minetta, the Black Label burger doesn't come with cheese. It's just because you don't need it. And you know what? Even though I do enjoy ketchup as a supplement to my burger, like a great burger, you don't need ketchup either, obviously. You know what I mean? But you're right. If it's a great burger in itself, meat wise, and then you throw some pickles on there or a raw onion or whatever your pleasure, that just enhances it. So it can go both ways, and that lends to the amazingness of a
Absolutely.
good burger. I think we can all tell if you're toppings are covering up a
Oh,
whack
yeah.
burger. You know
thought
what I mean?
crust-
That's like the Five Guys problem,
I still like
right?
Five
They,
Guys.
they give you
Oh,
unlimited.
you got a problem?
There's a
You got a problem?
space for
You
it,
got a problem with
but
Five Guys though?
I would say that you're not there. The customers aren't there for the meat. You know, they're really there for the value of getting every topping that you can throw in there.
It's still delicious. How dare you?
I guess.
And, you
I
know,
guess. Yeah, that's
And
true. Even though a lot of
they're
people,
there for the
like,
portion, I
see,
guess,
like, you're,
rather than the burger. It's more like I'm getting
Yeah.
this huge burger. I'm getting every topping that I want, but you're not there for the burger.
I mean, there's a lot of Five Guys slander on Twitter, like it's too expensive. But like, I'm not saying I'm going there for the meat, but I do respect the fact that Five Guys doesn't use frozen meat, and it's made fresh. And like, I respect that. I put that in a higher tier than, like, any fast, like McDonald's or fucking Burger King, where it's frozen and it's warmed up under a heat lamp.
I openly admit I'm a Five Guys fan. I love it, and it's just everyone's it's a spectrum,
too.
right?
Me too.
And with that aside, I was considering where I would take you guys if I were to just say, yo, let's go get some, like, sit down. Along the lines of one of my favorite meals would be Korean barbecue, right? But specifically, we have for over the last few years we've been really turned on to the spot, Chill Sun Garden. It's like right by, like, Fresh Meadows. So for me, like, I akin this to, so when you go to a steakhouse, you get steak, right? And when people order, like, chicken or fish at a steakhouse, you tend to get a little like, why'd you come? Now, with that said, this is
Yeah, why? What
right.
do you do?
But with that said,
Yeah,
we go to Chill Sun Garden.
why am I friends with you?
Yeah. But we go there. They have these, like, preset menus. You could order separate, but usually with the heads we go with, I'm like, just get the get the fixed menu, like the group menu, whatever. They have, like, a sushi sashimi, like, combo thing that they add that you could add. And at first I'm like, that sounds like a terrible idea. But bro,
A good sashimi,
bro.
good
So,
sushi.
the way we have it, we'll get the combo, barbecue dinner, but usually the sushi comes out first, right?
And that's soft enough for Paul to bite through. So.
So we'll go through that, right? So I think we have to set a date. One of these days, whether it's for recording or not, probably, it'll probably be without. But I say we go, and you see what's up.
As you're saying, Alex Lee, real estate.
So when I'm thinking, okay, maybe Big Papa's gonna be. We'll send him photos,
Let's go.
but
No, let's go, dog.
and but obviously, dude, you're going to hell. You know that, right? You're going to hell.
Come on, man. Come on.
His molars
that's
work
life.
just fine.
That's life.
His molars work just fine. Okay, stop.
If anything, just shove it in your mouth and just chew it in the back of your mouth. You know what I mean?
Do you this?
Bite size. All right. Bite size.
Shove it in the back of my
Bite
mouth,
size
and
stuff
then. All right.
Whoa.
I'm just repeating what you
Yeah.
just said.
I mean, yeah. I'm just the sushi. Yeah. Just.
We need to end this
I can only.
before the clapbacks come.
Like right now, all I can think of is like what I want to eat, and I'm thinking like chopped cheese. I'm thinking like Korean fried chicken. I'm thinking like some of the stews at like some of the drinking spots.
What's better, Southern style fried chicken or Korean fried chicken? Like that's a good
Korean,
episode.
Yeah,
Korean,
that's right.
Korean.
That's a
You're
good
gonna
episode.
you're gonna get a lot of comments.
I mean, I'm gonna. Yeah.
How dare you?
Fine. That's cool.
That's what I'm
cool.
saying.
I know
That's great.
Tim Ho will get on this bitch and.
He's got words.
But he does have words. Like, I'll say this, I would probably, I'm a huge fan of Korean fried chicken. Like, but I will say that a lot of the people that come on are like, yo, hands down, Korean fried chicken. I want to know, like, always, whenever I get someone's food opinion, I'm always like, what is your food history? Like, who am I really listening to? You know what I mean? So, like, I don't think many of us or most of us have had authentic Southern fried chicken. If you tell me you've been to South Carolina and Georgia and Mississippi, and you've had, fried chicken made by a 70-year-old black grandmother, then you've had real fried chicken. If you've had fried chicken in the Northeast, have you really
Southern
had
chicken.
true Southern fried chicken?
That is a good point.
That fried chicken that's
One,
in that
you know what
that's
I'm
fried
saying?
up in the cast iron skillet.
In a cast
That's
iron
the real.
skillet that hasn't been cleaned or washed in 85 years. You're using Crisco, you know what I'm saying? And like that's if you're gonna compare it, you got to compare it to
Of
that.
course.
Can't be like, what fried chicken have you had? Well, Popeyes or fucking like
Church.
But how dare you? Popeyes is delicious.
Sylvia's. There ain't even a lot of soul food spots up here that have a lot of good fried chicken.
Shout out to
You know what I mean?
Sylvia's. But I mean, like that's the thing. Like,
Shout out to Sylvia's.
there's that little bit of and that makes absolute sense, right? They're like, oh, I don't like Southern food. I'm like, what's your reference point? Well, I've had Popeyes for I don't know how long. I'm like,
Yeah, what's your
that's
reference
not,
point?
that's not even remotely the same thing. But I do love me a good Popeyes. But
Or even if you went to a good Southern restaurant in Manhattan, like there aren't that many. It's like one of the like that and Cajun food are probably like two of the most underrepresented food cuisines in NYC, and there aren't many in NYC. But like trust me, I love Cajun and I love Creoles. Probably like New Orleans is probably my number one food city, and there are like two Cajun restaurants in New York City, and they suck.
That's
They both
heartbreaking.
suck. Like I won't even go there because I've had real Cajun food many times, and there's no comparison. And Sylvia's is a good soul food Southern place. There are a few because there are a lot of transplants, but it's not like eating. But damn, man, Koreans know how to fry
yeah,
some
yeah,
chicken.
yeah. And I'm gonna
say
say it
that.
with a little bit of a disclaimer. As much as I love, you got Mad for Chicken, you got Pelicana, there is still a bit of commercialization. Yeah,
Banchan.
and there's that commercialization. It shows in the food, right? So let me be fair. There's something like, man, like there's like a hole in the wall right on for 162nd that I found recently, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing to me? What are you doing to me?
Wait, dog, I'll go there right now. I'm 8 blocks away from that shit.
It's
Where's that? That might be
so
where
right
I
on the
go.
corner of 162nd and
162nd
Northern.
and-
Dude, it's a hole in the wall. Like once you drive up Northern, right? If you were to take a right onto 162nd right before you hit Jurong or Leezer's Wine and Liquor, like it's like that block before. It's right before like it goes through that train.
Yeah, okay.
It's literally a hole in the wall. And I mean, to be fair, they are sometimes hit or miss. To put this into perspective, when you get fried food, especially fried chicken, usually if you don't eat it within that first like half hour, it's like soggy and whatever. I messed up one day and I had a showing late at night, and by the time I got the chicken to my wife, like an hour later, it was still crispy, and the flavor was still good. I'm like, and for me, one of the things I will judge chicken on is after the fry, when you eat it, how grease heavy is it? Granted, it's fried in grease, I get
Yeah,
that, but like
yeah.
a masterful,
There's acceptable levels,
right?
Like,
And so for me, a master level fry is
yeah.
get it. I get it. It's deep fried, but when you bite into it, do you feel like you're drinking the gallon of grease with it, or
Yeah. Is there like a liquid like splash to it? You don't want that.
right before that luncheonette, dude? It's like so easy to miss. But you see like a little chicken. I think if memory serves, it's like a yellow awning.
It says chicken. I'll be able to.
You see a chicken.
on
Yeah,
it?
you see a chicken thing on it. I don't know how the spelling goes, but it's yenal tongdak, because that's like in Korean markets. That's how you sell. You just fry a whole chicken, chop it up, and then that's what you take to
Yeah,
your family.
yeah. There's a place by me, Yam Chicken. They do like the whole chicken fried. It's fantastic. That's the one thing living by Fort Lee too. But I'll go up in that bitch like annyeonghaseyo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
let me, you know what I'm saying?
Dude, it's
you know?
it's a pretty solid meal, man. And I mean, see, they have the options. You want just plain, just fried chicken. Do you want it with soy garlic sauce? You want that spicy like Yangnam
Spicy,
sauce?
though.
You know what I'm saying?
Spicy.
And it's just we find ourselves going there more often. It's a problem.
Get Paul. You like that yum sauce, huh? That's what. Like the yum yums.
I didn't say nothing.
Shit, you know,
I said nothing. Don't put anything on me.
I see. You did the.
You want to go there?
I'm gonna come in with a little educational, historical story of Korean fried chicken and how it came about. So don't steal my shit. Don't steal my
Oh, okay,
thunder. Don't
that's
start
good.
googling shit.
I'm
You know
gonna
what I'm
Google
saying?
for right now.
It's got a lot to do with the. It's got a lot to do with the
It does.
Korean War and American
It does.
GIs.
It does. And actually,
It's very
fun
interesting.
fact.
Actually, very interesting.
One of the more commonly you like ordered like drinking foods, like accoutrements, if you will, is called pudechige, which is
Accoutrements. Oh.
fancy. It's called pudechige or army stew.
Um, amu,
I love that.
amuse-bouche.
One of my favorites.
Yeah, but a lot of people
What's it called?
pudechige, army stew, right? But they don't realize the origins of that. It actually comes from the Korean War because spam wasn't a thing for us, right? Until the GIs came out, and during wartime, you don't have time to sit there and have these side panchan and all this other stuff. So they literally dumped it in a pot,
course.
right?
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah, you're trying to make
and
shit
when the
quick,
GIs
huh?
introduced spam to it, they're like, "Oh snap!" And the Vienna sausages and things of that nature. When you dump that in the pot, boil it all together, they're like, "Yo, this is banging. This is obviously not the words I use, but that has got passed down, and now you will see it in a lot of like drinking areas and places like that, where it's just as added to other things to drink.
That's actually very interesting because Samoans, Fijians, like that Guam, that whole area, like they love spam,
Still good.
and I'm wondering if that's because American GIs were all stationed
Yes,
there
Right.
yeah. I mean,
during the Korean War, during World War II.
and it would make sense, right? It's just, it's one of the things that,
Yeah,
ironically,
absolutely.
a lot of American folks didn't look at spam as like this amazing thing to eat, but we grew up on this amazing,
Yeah, yeah,
disgustingly artificial meat.
yeah. Fake processed, meat.
But
But I've had some grilled spam, and
So
it's
good.
actually pretty good.
that is kind of like the heart of the food scene the way it is today. Is kind of it's our childhood and our comfort foods. It becomes so popular, and now the price has gone up.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
bone marrow. It used to be like a throwaway cut. Bone marrow now. Your
Yeah,
booty
yeah.
jjigae is now like a premium dish now. All these things.
Yeah, that's bullshit, man.
Even bagels, pizza. These things were like comfort
Yeah.
food to have when you have a low budget. You don't have much money
Yes.
and now it's a premium.
That's how it is. You know what I'm saying? And I think one day we're gonna have to talk to all the foods that we like to eat, either as comfort foods or as like hangovers type situations. But we are definitely going over on time. So anyone who's watching and paying attention, do us a favor. We want to hear some smart talk. So comment down below your favorite spots to eat. Tell me why and what you like to order there, because we're gonna judge, right? And if you don't know, we're gonna go find out, right?
Yeah, we're gonna, and I just want to say, don't tell me about your, Steve's Pizzeria if you've been to two pizzerias in your life. I don't want to hear about Steve's Pizzeria if you've been to two pizzerias in your life. Come correct. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear about Joe's hot dogs if you've had, Nathan's hot dog and Joe's and that's it. Come correct. Don't bring up shit to Paul if we're talking about big sandwiches.
Yo, if you guys struggle eating sandwiches, comment below. I need support.
Support group.
If you have an open bite, throw your support, please.
Hashtag support Paul Chung.
Yeah.
And also, we're not just all fat bastards. I am a realtor, licensed real estate salesperson, as well as Alex Lee, licensed real estate salesperson. Paul Chung, licensed mortgage lender.
Right?
Is that the
Yes,
correct?
sir.
Is that
Loan
the correct?
originator,
So,
same.
loan originator. So, this is just, hey, you love food, looking for a house, want to sell a house, need a mortgage. We can combine them. I can explain these things to you. Overeating some, delicious, whatever it may be.
We know our hoods, we know our spots, and look, even if it's not,
That's right.
look, even if it's look, I got auntie coming over for the weekend. Where am I gonna eat? Come hit us up. So, with that said, thank y'all for joining us, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.